The Mariners weren't willing to mess around with this pitching going into this season, and for good reason. From Castillo, Kirby, Logan, Brian Wood, Bryce Miller. That was going to be their 5 starting pitchers, and they weren't going to budge on all the trade propositions. Well, now all of a sudden you have a situation where you can maybe get a little bit more flexible. Why? Because you have some prospects who are getting closer and closer to the day when they're going to come up. The Mariners, we know about the farm system, all those top 100 picks. The position players, throw a Colt Emerson in there. Luzardo Montes, I can't wait to watch that kid hit. They have just gotten from this place where there was this gap. There's all this good pitching came up and it's thriving to gap. And then all of a sudden you've got these, after that you've got the years of these position players. Well, they're all on, they're all on the doorstep right now. And on top of that too, you still have this nice, stable, steady, 1 guy, 2 guys each year in the starting pitching aspect. The Mariners have done such a good job with this draft this last 5 years. When you're talking about this just being the start, that all the reasons I said, that is why. So it's not a situation where you're losing three free agents. Now, will the team go out and spend? Everyone says, oh, you got to go spend money. Maybe. I can't answer that. You just don't know. All I know is this. These teams are built that have these long, good 4 to 5 year runs on that core group of players, number one, and they add on the margins. The Mariners did that beautifully at the trade deadline because they had capital, and by the way, they barely gave up any of that trade capital as well. But going into this offseason, they have some trade capital. But remember, when you do have that trade capital in the minor leagues and you get rid of it, that nice little run in the postseason goes from what we just experienced was so much fun, except for the last game, goes from being a 5-year run because you've got this core player to all of a sudden now a 2-year run because you've lost some of that capital in the farm system. If you're expecting them to go out and just go crazy, oh, we're in the playoffs now, great. No. The goal here, I think, in my opinion, is stay with this core of players and just add on the margins like they did, even if it waits to the trade deadline. I'm going to be honest with you. Will they dismantle this starting rotation? They probably could, maybe mess with it a little bit, maybe a guy in a trade or whatnot. But all I'm saying is just respect. This is the time now when you just got beaten game 7. The next couple of weeks, do yourself a favor and just appreciate the farm system, what you have coming up, and the luxury you have that you can wheel and deal via trade as opposed to having to try and worry about building a team via payroll.